Hello Sagittarius, welcome to this reading. My name is Zane and we're going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Sagittarius for the next 3 months. So this will be for the months between April, May, and June. If you're more of a business person, this would be for quarter 2 or Q2 of 2022. With that in mind, do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. I do not do personal readings, so if you get a message from someone, that's not me, that's someone impersonating me. Please do keep that in mind. Please do not get scammed. I only have one Instagram account and it's linked below, but do consider giving me a follow there. I do exclusive content on that platform. So Sagittarius, let's go ahead and get into it for you here. If you watch my content regularly, but you have not yet hit the subscribe button, please do consider doing that. It really helps my channel grow in a big way. Same is true if this is just the first time that you are watching me. All right, let me make sure everything is in view here, and then we'll get right into it for you. All right, so let's see what we have. Looks good enough to me. Energy on the bottom, you have the Ten of Swords. So the Ten of Swords is about some type of ending happening in your life, potentially. This can be a challenging card, but it really depends on how you frame, how you frame it in your mind. Yeah, the Ten of Swords is an ending, but guess what? It also is releasing yourself from those things that are not in alignment for you. It also says that there is new hope on the horizon, and potentially that the worst is behind you. You could also frame it in a way where instead of viewing it as an ending, you could say that one chapter is ending and a new chapter is beginning. And so it really depends on how you want to look at the Ten of Swords. It does suggest that something's completely done. When you turn the chapter, there's no turning back. But again, that doesn't necessarily need to be a bad thing. If it is something that's not in alignment with you, that's probably for the better, right? It's probably for the best. So I see a lot of good things here. We have we have 2 nights in this reading. And so when I get 2 or more nights in a reading, to me, that always suggests that you're going to have a busy period of time here over the next 3 months. There are going to be a lot of different events, potentially a lot of different people that enter into your life. And you do have 2 kings as well. So yeah, a lot of people showing up here. Remember, you can take on the energy of any card. It does not matter what gender you are, so that's just a friendly reminder. But right away here in your overall situation or your current situation, you have if I can pick this card up, you have the, oh my goodness, you have the King of Pentacles. So King of Pentacles is somebody who is really focused on potentially building their empire. Okay, they have money on their minds, right? And that's kind of their main focus. But the King of Pentacles, they build their empire. They achieve a high status in their life and in their career by sticking to those habits and those routines that make them successful. Okay, so they have a very healthy relationship, or they can have a very healthy relationship with their routine. It can bleed or spill into a challenging relationship with their routine if they do the same thing over and over again and they do not get results. So in that way, the King of Pentacles can be a little bit stubborn. So I would say in the next 3 months, if you find yourself being stubborn about resisting an ending here, if you feel like you're resisting something that you know needs to end, then for some of you, you may want to just be aware of that. Be aware of that situation. Now in the problem position, you have this Justice card. So this is the energy of Libra. This is the Libra card in the tarot, but the Justice card can also talk about more than that. The Justice card represents karma. Okay, it's one of the 2 major karma cards in the tarot. And it says that the choices that you've made here up to this point, the actions that you've taken, which is really just the accumulation of your karma, are sort of rendering out, and they are helping to balance this scale out in some way, in one direction or the other. So essentially, if you have been acting with integrity, if you've been acting in your highest accordance, the Justice card is a very nice energy. It is in the problem position, okay? It is in the problem position. So if there's something that you're not being honest with yourself about, the Justice card is going to give you a just outcome. So at the end of the day, when you get the Justice card, everybody gets the outcome they deserve. And so really it asks you, are you helping yourself here? Because the Justice card is in the problem position. Is there something here that you know you need to work through, or that you know you need to do? For some of you, it's resistance of an ending. It's the resistance of something that's ending here. With the Ten of Swords, the King of Pentacles, and now the Justice card showing up in the problem position. Are you banging your head against the wall? Are you doing the same thing over and over and over again? Yeah, so for some of you, that could be the case. Now, in the past, you have this 10 of Wands. Interesting that we have another 10. So we have a lot of repeating things here, right? We have 2 10s, we have 2 knights, we have 2 kings, okay? And so 10s in the tarot are endings. They are completions, and they are new chapters beginning potentially. This 10 of Wands person has crossed the finish line. And so it does say that you have been successful because you have successfully come to the end of the suit, but it says that there's maybe some more work ahead. This person, though, is knowledgeable and experienced. As you see, each one of these wands, Sagittarius, represents some sort of skill earned or knowledge gained along the way. And so, it's like there is a burden that you may be carrying here from the past. There may be some more work ahead, but you do have the experience to work through that situation, is what I'd like to tell you. So you have all the tools in the toolkit. It's just a matter of taking them out of the toolkit and actually using them to help yourself out in the best way possible. Now, in the future here, you have the 7 of Wands. This is standing your ground, defending your position, doing what you know is true for you. And it is interesting here. I would just be very, 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 very careful about resistance in the next 3 months, okay? Maybe a time to allow. It may be a time to allow things to happen. And of course, I don't say like allow yourself to be hurt or allow yourself to put yourself in a bad position. That's not what I'm suggesting. But if you find yourself being stubborn here, just come back to awareness. And it is easier said than done, but it is something that I feel like is just coming in here. This is about competition being around you, though. Again, the 7 of Wands is another card that does suggest to me that you've been successful. And the reason being is because of the card that we're going to get into next. But it does say, you know, if you feel strongly about something, stand your ground. Stand your ground. But also, if you know that there's something that you need to change, if you know that there's something that needs to end here with this 10 of Swords, do not resist that either. Now, in your conscious awareness, on your thoughts or on your mind, you have the 6 of Wands. So the 6 of Wands comes before the 7, right? And so this person here has literally won the triumph, has triumphed over the challenge of the 5 of Wands, which would be before both of these cards. This is a big success. This is a big victory. This is exceeding expectation, maybe even being publicly recognized. And now people, as you are successful, people want what you have. And so what I will tell you, Sagittarius, is that there's absolutely nothing wrong with being a successful person. A lot of us are afraid of success, and that can come forward when perhaps we need to take relationship inventory, friendship inventory. If there are people around you that are not happy for your success, ask yourself if those are the types of people that you want to really be surrounding yourself with. Because in your subconscious awareness, or what you can't see or what is hidden, you do have the 3 of Cups, which is your social circle. Okay, this is your friend group. This is your community. This is the people that you maybe engage with on a day-to-day basis, or just your friends generally. Are they happy for you? Are they helping support you in your growth and in your victories? Some of you here, there may be some friendship inventory that you're taking at this time. Now, what I also like to see here is this 3 of Cups is about a big celebration. It is about a big sort of release of happiness. It's a very good card in that, you should be dancing soon. As you see these 3 friends or these 3 sisters here dancing on the cups above. And the cups are spilling. In tarot, when you see cups spilling, that is always a good sign. Or if you see cups upright or overflowing, that is always a good sign. I do also want to just say, I wonder if there's something around partying here as well. Like, I think there's like this nice sort of, some of you are trying to play like a nice sort of balance, trying to toe the line between like really enjoying yourself and not over celebrating, not over partying, something like that, just coming in. Now, in the staff in the future, your future is extremely bright here, Sagittarius. You have an amazing staff, which is this is the direction that you are headed. In your current influence, the way that you are influencing the situation, you have this King of Swords, authority, leadership, structure, taking control of a situation. And, this is giving yourself a fair shot in your life. Now, this could certainly be someone in your that you have in your corner. Could be an air sign, could be a Libra. But, and this person might really help you get from point A to point B. But at the same time, I think this is more about you taking your sword, cutting through the drama, cutting through the nonsense or the noise that may be present, and helping yourself out, okay? Taking leadership and authority over yourself in your situation. In the external awareness here, in the external influence, you have this Nine of Cups, amazing, okay? Remember, look, we see these cups overflowing, or we see them upright at least, presumably full. You can see this person here is holding up their cup, they're celebrating. This is a card of the fulfillment of a wish. This is one of the major wish cards coming in. And what's really nice is that this is in your external influence. In the external influence, that is not something that you can control. This is something that happens outside of you, okay? This is something that just is, right? You can't really control the external, and for you, that's a wish coming in. So this is all about just this is like similar to this Three of Cups energy, where it's like, you may have a moment of total or pure joy here when you get this Nine of Cups. So it's a very nice card to find in the external. In your hopes and fears, you're really hoping to find the right place or something like that. You have this Knight of Wands, which can be a card that indicates moving home, moving residence. It almost always comes forward when you're ready to move home or change your zip code. So some of you here trying to find the right place. This could indicate travel generally. Some of you hoping to do some travel here in the next 3 months. This could also talk about the skills that you have. This is somebody who's a maverick. They are a jack of all trades. They are good at many things. And the Knight of Wands is about spontaneity. And so this is about, spontaneity is a very good energy because it's sort of just allowing yourself to work with the universe and be guided and allow the universe to handle the details as you kind of just, operate hand in hand with the universe. That is what true spontaneity is about. Spontaneity is a very good energy. Impulsivity is not a good energy. And so the Knight of Wands tells you to be spontaneous and not have to try to control everything. You also hear in the outcome, you have another Knight. There could be someone coming in just when you least expect it. If you are a single Sagittarius, there could be someone coming in saying, I'm interested, whatever the case may be. This is somebody who is like a true romantic in the tarot. And so this could be somebody who wears their heart on their sleeve. But this could also be the start of a really big relationship for some of you here. This may come through a social setting. This may come as you maybe find a new group of people. This is particularly if you're a single Sag. If you're not, this may represent the arrival of a truly happy period in your time, period of time in your life here, where you have these double Knights coming in. You have the Knight of Cups in the outcome. This is if you're just looking for happiness here, if you're not looking for a relationship at all, and your relationship's great, you're standing your ground here. You're affirming what you know is true for you, and as you do that, you're getting this truly happy period of time for you in the next 3 months. So I love how this closes out here. This staff is one of the better staffs I've seen in the 3 months reading. I'm almost through all of them, so it was a very, very nice energy to find. Let's go ahead and see what else we have here. Let's go ahead and start to clarify. Wow. Okay, so you have the Star, which I love, one of my favorite cards. You have the Eight of Swords and the Five of Cups. So it's interesting here because this Five of Cups is somebody who is disappointed. All right, you can see these 3 cups here are spilled. Look, this is the Three of Cups card that is spilled, right? And for this person, they may be dwelling on a situation that happened with a friend group or with a group of people, or they may just be looking back to the happy times. But in doing that, they are missing out on the happiness that is present for them now, because behind them, they have 2 cups that are upright. And so that signifies that there is true happiness available, but they have to work through whatever's going on here. This may be in your mind because the Eight of Swords is somebody who is imprisoned here. Each one of these swords represents some type of thought that this person has put themselves in. Each sword is your own thought. The Eight of Swords does not suggest someone else is trapping you or imprisoning you. This is your self-imposed belief or your self-imposed restriction here. And so it's almost like there's happiness available, but it's almost like for some of you, there's a blockage in that, and it has to do with you going within yourself and figuring that out for you. I love the star. The star is an amazing card. This is about clarity, hope, optimism for the future. This person is sitting in healing waters of renewal, but more importantly, so it's a good card of healing, but more importantly, the star represents a wish being granted. So you have the two major wish cards with the Nine of Cups and the star coming in. There is a wish coming in, especially because this Nine of Cups is in the external. Once again, that's extremely important. And you have this star now clarifying, doubling down. The universe saying, the universe putting all the chips on the table saying, this is what I mean. You are getting a wish that's coming in. Let's go ahead and see what we get here. Let's go ahead and start to clarify the situation even more. Let's pull some additional messages here. Okay, let's see what we get. All right, we're going to take that one, and yes, I think we're going to take that one as well. Okay, so you have Heart Guardian, love and let yourself be loved, as well as Moon, take note of intuitive messages. Okay, and then you have these three cards. You have Mountains, stand your ground, Traitor, exchange energy to create abundance, as well as Seer, see beyond the current situation. Wow. Okay, so this message of intuition, this message of finding the answer between the answer, or the message between the message, and this give and take energy. If someone's taking your energy away, or if you don't feel like you're surrounded by people who are supporting you, and if you feel like you're having a hard time supporting other people, I get the sense that some of you are figuring that situation out here. There is an element of standing your ground with the Mountains and this Seven of Swords energy as well. Let's see what else we have here. So you have Thoughts, Distant Horizons, Official Person, Journey, Wealthy Man, and False Person. Okay, there is somebody here in your social circle or in your life over the next 3 months that may have other intentions with False Person and Concern. You will figure this out. Okay, you have their number. Okay, you see this coming a mile away, and I do feel like some of you are making a decision in that, so nothing to be afraid of there. What I love here is some of you are making sound investments with Wealthy Man. Many of you are going on this big journey here with Distant Horizons journey, the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Cups here in the future. I think for many of you this may involve a move. Official Person is my HR card, my Human Resources card. So for some of you, you could be, especially with this King of Swords, getting a job raise or something like that. For others of you here, you're getting this courtship energy, which you see the Cupid in the background. Somebody's interested in you, or you're interested in somebody with the Knight of Cups and the outcome in the courtship. So if you're a single Sag, it definitely looks good for that as well. So wish is coming true. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you. Also, feel free to sign up for my email list. There's a link to that in the description below. I'll see you in the next reading.